William James Bailey learnt his trade on Deal Beach the hard way and realised the dangers that it held. His grandfather, John Bailey, was one of the 3 survivors of the fatal 1871 sinking of the lugger Reform. He never knew his father, as he was lost in the galley punt Forester's Pride 5 months before he was born, in 1893. However, he grew up helping the other boatmen on the beach, launching their boats and always going afloat with them when offered. At the outbreak of World War I, he joined the Royal Navy and served in a boarding party on the beaches of the ill-fated landing at Gallipoli. Due to the injuries, he was invalided out of the services in 1917, before the war ended. Once back at Deal, he joined the Kingsdown lifeboat crew on the Barbara Fleming until the station closed in 1927. When the Warmer station reopened, the Barbara Fleming was transferred and he joined the crew list in 1931. Bill Bailey married Florence Noble, whose parents owned a shop on the High Street selling leather. From this union, they had 2 sons, William and Jack, and 2 daughters, Kathleen and Winifred. Their cottage at 5 Brewer Street would be home to the family for many years. Another tragedy in the family occurred when their son, William, a Royal Navy petty officer, was lost at sea on the mine-sweeping trawler HMT Malloy off the coast of Malaysia. Nearing the end of the Second World War, the trawler was torpedoed by a U-boat and sunk, with a total loss of life. Although the misfortunes of the family gave Bill's wife a fear of the sea, it did not deter him to become bowman on Warmer Lifeboat in 1942, then becoming second coxswain in 1945. His early exploits earned him an RNLI vellum for his and the lifeboat crew's actions in helping save the crew of the Silvia Onorato in 1948. The stubborn captain of this ship refused help until it was almost too late, and only relented when the vessel broke her back on the Goodwin Sands in storm-force winds. Another time, in 1951, being the oldest man on the Warmer lifeboat, it did not stop him from performing a fearless act by jumping from the lifeboat onto a French yacht, Albatross, which was in difficulties. Once aboard, he sailed the vessel out of the dangers of the Goodwin Sands and saved the lives of the 5 terrified French crew members. Again, when the French steamship Aegean went aground on the sands during a horrific night in January 1952, Bill Bailey received another RNLI vellum. On this instance, it had been the worst storm of the winter, and the casualty could have not been sighted through the maelstrom of the rough seas. When they did come across the Aegean, it was apparent why. The ship had completely broken in half on the Goodwin Sands. Therefore, she had no lights or means of signalling distress. It was left up to the courageous lifeboat crew to rescue the 38 French sailors. Much to his wife's relief, Bill Bailey retired from the Warmer lifeboat in 1954 and concentrated on hiring his fishing boats out from Central Parade, north of the Royal Hotel. The beach plots were being diminished as the new sea defences and groins were built on North Deal Beach, moving the boats further south towards the pier. Bill's 2 boats, Secret and Reform, were 18-foot clinker-built with petrol engines. In the winter months, he would go herring and sprat fishing, and summertime would take anglers and trippers afloat. These boats were situated close to the Royal Hotel and just opposite from the Star and Garter Hotel. It was a handy berth, and along with Bill and his two boatmen, John Revel and Frank Preston, they were frequently seen in the Star and Garter's public bar for a pint or two. Bill Bailey had led a hard but successful life, which would have gained respect from his fellow longshoremen and the townsfolk of Deal. It was a sad day when he passed away in May 1964, being dearly missed as one of Deal's most prolific seafaring characters.